It's evil. It's basically the devil.
Everybody dies.
So I wanted to start by talking a little bit about working with Oz, because I was reading in our press notes that you two made Keeper together before filming this one. So it was making me wonder, what did you see in him as an actor's director and a leader on that film that made you think to yourself, like, I need more of that?
I mean, he just is he's so much fun to work with for so many reasons. He has such a kind of childlike imagination. He's so excited by making films. He really is like infectious in that way. He hires people who are amazing at their jobs and don't necessarily have 1,000 credits. Like he really like finds unique voices, whether that's in like the props department or the hair, makeup, or costumes, like, you know, set design. Like he's really like about fostering like unique weirdos. And that is like the best. And when we filmed Keeper, I won't talk too much about it, but I just felt like free as an artist. And I felt this sense of, oh, things are possible. Like making work with people who are kind and like freaky is like possible. You know, we can make cool stuff. So that was, yeah. So it was a no-brainer for me to get to do another thing with him.
Oh, I don't blame you. I have two follow-up questions. I'll stick with Oz specifically for a moment because, you know, I don't know what tone or style Keeper is, but I just love the fact that he does this complete 180 in a single year, going from Longlegs to the monkey. And I imagine when a filmmaker does that and has all these layers to him, you can experience a new side of him each step of the way. So even though you knew he was real good on Keeper, is there anything he did on the set of the monkey that made even you go like, my God, I knew you were a good director. Never realized you'd be capable of that, though.
I think it's that dexterity that is really, that's like the kind of thing that I look for in like, in anything I take in or anything I'm curious about. It's like, is it able to shift and grow and change? And like Oz just has like such facility with like so many different tones. And I think what he does really well is not marry any one of them, not get attached to any one of them. And that keeps an audience and the people within the production like always present. You know, like you can't just like sit back and be like, oh, we're sort of doing the tropes of this thing. It's like, no, we're going to flip the trope on its head and we're going to revere the trope and we're going to explore it or explode it, you know?
Revere the trope,
revere the trope.
I'm going to start thinking about that often. The other follow-up I had from your first answer, because, you know, you mentioned the idea like Oz finds these wonderful weirdos and you guys get to make movies together. I will preface this by saying I know it's an unfair question. Every single person who is responsible for making a movie is of the utmost importance to the process. But because we get the opportunity to talk to you and Oz and Theo today, can you maybe name an unsung hero of the monkey, someone behind the scenes who kind of, you know, contributed that wonderfully weird touch in a way that, you know, maybe even teed you up for success with your own work?
I mean, Micah Cade, who's the costume designer, is astonishing. She is so smart. She has such incredible character building ability. She doesn't think inside the box at all, but she could do that if was asked to, you know, like she's just really, I felt like when we did our first fitting, I was like, oh, I feel Lois now. Like I can see Lois and there's a different thing going on here than just myself. And that's always a gift as an artist.
Oh, I wonder if that's the answer to this question, because I always love hearing about an actor who I guess kind of has like an aha moment when finding a new character. Did you have something you did either in prep or maybe even on set that made you stop and go like, I know exactly who my Lois needs to be now?
I mean, early conversations with Oz were like helpful in sort of like guiding it. But yeah, it's always to me once I'm like actually there and in the skin and in the costume and opposite my kids and like, yeah, there's always moments like even in the dancing scene, which was like, I think the last thing I shot, there's so much information in there for me. And I was like, oh, I wish I got to play Lois longer because I feel like I know her better now. Or even when I was, the first thing I think I shot was teaching the dance class to the senior citizens. That also was very, just getting to improvise with them off mic was like, oh yeah, this is telling me a lot.
Going to the dance scene is making me think of this question that I had jotted down, because you obviously have so much experience playing twins, and now all of a sudden you're on the other side of that. So what is something about your own Orphan Black experience that kind of teed you up for success when shooting scenes like the dance material? And also, how were you able to kind of pass on that information to Christian so he could make the most of that opportunity?
I said nothing to Christian. Christian had it so in the bag. Like he knew exactly, there didn't seem to be a second of question. He was so good. He was so good that, in fact, was it today? I was talking to a friend. I was like, oh, I'm excited to see the twins tonight. They were so good in the movie. And then like, wait a minute. Like I truly, because I haven't seen him in a while, and I, have only the film as a reference, and I'm like, I completely believe it. And he was so easy with it. It was kind of infuriating.
Oh, he really exceptional in that role. I just couldn't believe it. Before they kick me out of here, I want to squeeze in one question about an unrelated project, because I had just seen Josh for Hard Eyes, and I just saw Jasmin for Yellow Jackets. So I was hoping you maybe had a Green Bank update. And, if not, what is it about that project that you think will help you continue to evolve your craft as an actor?
Green Bank is just an amazing script, and Josh is such a great director. I have always just been a fan of his impressions and his like Instagram presence, and then got to know him and was like, oh my God, you're an amazing artist. Like he is such he's so hilarious. And Green Bank is like for me selfishly just like a great opportunity to play character again in a way that will be, I think, transformative and back to what I love to do with like, again, like wonderful weirdos. Jasmin's such a talent. Like she's so amazing. So yeah, it just feels like I'm so excited about that project.
Keep working with wonderful weirdos. You deliver big every time you do it, and I can't wait for more. Huge congratulations on The Monkey. I can't wait to watch it over and over.
Thanks, Perri. Thank you.